Good morning, ladies. Good morning. I'm sitting here listening to Gladys Knight. I hope you dance. I love this song. I've been listening to it all morning. Well, not all morning, for a few minutes, I should say. So as you come on this morning, say good morning. Let me know you're there. I like the song, though. I hope you dance by Gladys Knight. Hope you can hear it. Good morning. Good morning. Angela, good morning. I hope you can hear my song. I'm playing Gladys Knight. I hope you dance. Been sitting here listening to it. Paula, good morning. How are you? I'm sitting here listening to Gladys Knight. I hope you dance. It's one of those songs, it's been around a long time. If you haven't heard it or played it for a while, it's one of those songs that is so uplifting. So I found it this morning. I've been sitting here listening to it. I hope you dance. Good morning, ladies. Happy Sunday morning. Hope you can hear a little bit of it. The words are so uplifting and so inspiring. So at some point today, listen to it. Yeah, good morning, ladies. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Good morning, Daryl. I have it. All right, Angela. It's a great song. And it kind of speaks to the heart, too. I hope you dance. Yes. All right, ladies. Good morning. Say good morning as you come on. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'll turn it off and turn it down, but I hope you dance by Gladys Knight. If you haven't listened to it for a while, the lyrics are great. They're uplifting. They're inspiring. And they just kind of touch the heart a little bit. So what's going on this morning, ladies? Happy Sunday morning. Hey, it is mid-November. We are coming up to the end of the year. And I don't know about you, but I've been reflecting a lot over this last week, thinking about this year, what I accomplished, what I didn't accomplish, but focusing more on what I've accomplished. What about you? How are you doing? And as it relates to starting to positioning yourself for the end of the year. And we're going to spend some time talking about that, not today, but there is an exercise that I want us to do in December so we can end the year on a positive, inspiring note. So before the end of the year, there'll be a little exercise that I want us to do together. We'll do that one day for Coffee Talk and really kind of focus on the things that you accomplished this year, so we can end this year feeling good about what we accomplished, because far too often we go directly to the negative. Well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and we beat up on ourselves. And I want us to focus together this year, ending it on a positive note, inspired by what you've accomplished this year, so that as we go into next year, because I'm thinking about the theme for next year, and like this year was get comfortable being uncomfortable, really stepping outside of our comfort zone, because if you want to grow, you have to step outside your comfort zone, because if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always gotten. So that's been the theme this year, and hopefully that was helpful to some of you. Hopefully you were able to step out of your comfort zone and accomplish some things. But next year, really I want to focus on taking steps, like leap, stepping out of my comfort zone. And I always talk about taking small steps, but maybe just one big step next year. Maybe we start the year off to clearing something big and focusing on it all year long. So, but again, I want us to do an exercise so we can end the year feeling really good and inspired, just thinking about one or two things that you accomplished this year, even if it's only one, but taking that and savoring it and really focusing on how it made you feel just to be able to accomplish that. So good morning, ladies. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Thank you so much for joining me. I do not take your time for granted. I appreciate you getting up. I'm a little hoarse this morning. I was grown last night. One of my friends came by and we sat and watched TV, listened to some music, and had adult beverages, so I'm a little bit tired. But that's what happens when you try to be grown at my age. But welcome to Coffee Talk this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you. Do not take your time for granted. What's in your cup? What are you drinking? Today, and this is weighing on me today, all week actually, today I want to talk about joy stealers. Joy, J-O-Y, joy stealers. And I want to talk about envy and jealousy, because envy and jealousy can steal your peace and your joy. So I did a little bit of research. So envy and jealousy travel together, but are different emotions. Both are negative and can make you feel miserable and ruin your relationships. They hide our insecurity, shame, or need to possess. They feed our inner critic, making us feel worthless. Envy is a reaction to lacking something. Jealousy is a reaction to the threat of losing something or someone. And this morning I read, envy is misery over another person's good fortune. So today I want to talk about joy stealers, envy and jealousy. It's a feeling of discontent with regards to another's advantages, success, or possessions. So think about this. When you think about where you are in your life right now, if you look inside your own heart right now, are you experiencing envy and or jealousy? Are you jealous of anyone right now? The coworker who seems to get all the attention, who gets the promotion, who got the promotion that you really, really wanted. The neighbor's house, they just got a new roof or a new fence. The neighbor's car. Your friend who seems to get all the good breaks, who seems to have so much talent, who seems to get all the attention. They just got a brand new car and yours just broke down. Or they just met this guy that seems like the guy that you've been waiting for, and all of a sudden she nabbed him and you didn't. So if you look into your heart right now, and if you're truthful with yourself, are you experiencing or feeling envy or jealous? And only you know that. And I think, at some point we've all been a little bit envious or jealous because we're human creatures, we're human beings, and we have feelings, and sometimes you're like, dag, I wish that was me. But sometimes we allow envy and jealousy to take over our lives. We become obsessed with other people, with what someone else has. And social media can play a big part in that too. Because all of a sudden you look online and this person looks thinner and you feel like your body's getting uglier and their body's getting prettier. So if you look in your heart right now, anybody, are you experiencing envy or jealousy over anyone? And Crystal writes, jealous of one person, but I tend to be envious of folks who seem to be where I want to be. And sometimes, again, we get so caught up on, so focused on other people's lives, we lose sight of our own life. We lose sight of our gifts. We lose sight of our talents. We lose sight of who we are. We're so busy focusing on someone else that our life appears to be dull. And it can be very harmful sometimes too, because we can just take it a little bit too far. Because sometimes when you become envious and jealous and you get that in your mind and you start really focusing on someone else's life versus your own, sometimes you start to do harmful things to other people. You get mean, or you want something to happen to them. You want something bad to happen to them because you are envious or jealous of what they have. But what I want to share with you, though, just something to think about just for a moment. If you are focusing on someone else's life, you're missing out on living your life and robbing yourself of your joy. Because if you're focusing on someone else's, living someone else's life and what they have, you're robbing yourself of your peace and your joy. You cannot find joy in trying to live or focus on someone else's life. Does that make sense? Do you agree with me? So be honest with yourself, right here, right now, in your own heart. Search your heart. Today and during this week, if you are envious or jealous of someone else, be honest with yourself. And then we're going to talk about how you can start to move past it. But here's what I want you to think about too. Don't get it twisted, because you have purpose. You're not put here to try to live somebody else's life, and you're robbing yourself of your own life if you're trying to. So think about that. If you're so busy focusing on someone else's life, you're robbing yourself of your joy, because you cannot have peace and joy trying to be somebody else or focusing in on somebody else's life. And start thinking, well, you know what? I have purpose. I have talent. So what? They got that promotion. You didn't get it. Or they got that fantastic guy that, you see, dang, God, that's the one I've been praying for. And you're like, well, why did she get him and I didn't? Let it go. And think of it this way too. You are unique. We forget that sometimes. You are unique. You're here for a reason, not to try to duplicate or be somebody else. You have skills, you have talents, you have something to contribute that other people need. So when you start thinking about or being jealous or envious, you are unique. And I say this all the time, you are amazing. So when you start thinking about other people, you need to take that energy and focus on yourself. I am unique. Let it go. So let's talk about how you can manage envy and jealousy going forward. Number one, you have to admit it. Because if you don't speak it, if you don't say it, how are you going to be able to work through it? So you have to be honest with yourself. And I say this because I'm sure there are times we've all been envious or jealous. And even sometimes now, oh, we can't stand such and such. And the reason we don't like them because we're envious or jealous of what they have or what we believe, who we believe they are. Because sometimes too, when you get to know people and you look at their lives, you know what? It's not as rosy as we think it is, because we don't know what people are going through. But the first thing you have to do is admit it, and then show yourself some compassion. Don't beat up on yourself. Be nice to yourself. Speak goodness to yourself. So if somebody got that job that you didn't get, admit it. I wanted that job. And say why you wanted it. I wanted it because I know I could do it. I have the skills, I have the talent. Be kind to yourself. Nurture yourself. And look for, kind of embrace your own talents and your skills. So instead of comparing yourself with she got it, she shouldn't have gotten it, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I didn't get the job, Eva, but I have the skills, I have the talents, and I wanted that job because I know I could do a good job. I wanted that job because I know that additional money would have been able to afford me to do some other things. Talk through it with yourself. Understand why you wanted it. And let it go. And be joyful. Be happy for the person that got the job. Now, that may take some time for you to do, but work at being happy and joyful for the person that received the job. Support them. Help them do a good job. You know, because sometimes what we'll do, we get vindictive. Talked about that a minute ago. You know, she got the job. I'm not helping her. Oh, I can't wait for her to fail. You're stealing and robbing yourself of your own peace and joy if that's the approach you take. Because you're not going to be satisfied. You know, if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to help her, I hope she fails. Where's your peace? Where's your joy? You're giving your power away when you do that. So help them. You didn't get the job. It's not going to change. Being vindictive and envious or jealous, nothing's going to change. You're going to be the miserable one because that other person's already gone on doing their own thing. Same thing, we look at a friend and say, why does she get all the breaks? You know, it seems like she gets all the good breaks. Support her. Be happy for her. Help her. And focus on your own skills and talents. Lift yourself up. Nurture yourself. And treat that person with respect. And be grateful for who you are and what you have. So if you're experiencing envy and jealous, and pride and ego goes right in there too. Let it go. Work on letting it go. Admit it. Talk to yourself, why are you jealous? Why are you envious? And then work through it. See your own skills, see your own talents. And by you being envious is not going to change anything. It's just going to rob you. So think about that. And in the book, I was looking through this. In the book, Inspirations for the Soul, if any of you have it, on page 34, there's a message in there. It's called Out with the Joneses. And it's really, the question at the end is twofold. Are you living a two-faced lifestyle? So are you envious and jealous and trying to keep up with other people versus focusing on your own life? I won't read it, but if you have the book, it's Out with the Joneses, is on page 34. It's similar. And the last piece says, the truth is that people you may be comparing your life to, or people that you may be envious or jealous of, they're just like, they feel the same way we do. They're people just like we are. You don't know their story. They may be envious of you. My life is not informed or defined what is going on in someone else's life. Are you living a two-faced lifestyle? Are you allowing envious and jealousy to steal your peace and joy? So I just wanted to talk about that. And again, let it go. Talk to yourself. Be good to yourself. Be compassionate. Show yourself some compassion. And remember, say this all the time, change takes time. It may take some time for you to be able to let it go, because you've been holding on to it for so long. Siblings are the same way. Sometimes we don't like our siblings. because we're envious of them. We think they got more attention. We think they got more favor. But you are unique. You're amazing. You have skills. You have talents. And someone needs what you have. Embrace who you are, right where you are. Love on you. And don't let anything steal your peace and joy. I don't care what it is. Work through it. Name it. That's Coffee Talk this morning, ladies. Did we get any comments? Toya, you said you wish you could share this in your group. Actually, you can, because I can download this and put it on. I can download this and put it on my business page. Because I have a business page, in case you didn't know, ladies. It's One Evalution, EVALUTION. And you can, if I put it on my business page, you can share it. So Toya, I'll download it later today, put it on my business page, and tag you. Yeah. And Janice, you made a good comment too. You said, God gave us all different gifts. Awesome topic, especially during the season, because there's some lonely people out there during the season. There are a lot of people that get depressed during the holiday season. That's why I said, respect the other person, wish them well, help them if you can. And that'll really make you feel good about yourself. Just think about it. You go from being envious of someone to helping them, because you never know someone else's story. Yeah. And here's the thing. When you start thinking about all the things that you have in your life that are good, you don't have time to compare yourself to others, because you're so busy being grateful and thankful for what you have in your life. But as human beings, remember, and I talk about this in Inspirations for the Soul too, because remember, as kids, whenever we got our toys during the holidays, we would play with our toys for a few days, and then we throw our toys away, put them under the bed or whatever, because we wanted what somebody else had. Our siblings' toys, or the girl across the street, she got a doll. Her doll looks prettier than my doll. We were so busy trying to focus on what they got. But as adults, we can experience the joy. We don't have to try to focus on what someone else has, their gifts, because we have our own. So think about that. Anyone that you've been looking at, from the corner of your eye, next time you see them, open your eyes and look at them and smile. Hey, how you doing today? And ask, can I help you? That'll help you start to get over that feeling of being envious and jealous too. Hey, how can I help you? So ladies, that's Coffee Talk this morning. So as you go throughout the week, search your own heart. Be truthful and honest with yourself. If you experience an envy and jealousy, name it. Yeah. And show yourself some compassion. Work through it. And be grateful for who you are and what you have. You have to write down your skills and talents, do it. Okay. So a couple of things really quickly. We were supposed to have a guest today. So first and foremost, last week I forgot to announce it. And then we had a communication glitch. I'm having communication glitches these days. Danica was supposed to be on today. I don't know if she's going to be on next week or not. I'll have to follow up with her again. But I want you to start thinking about your year. What are you focusing on for the end of the year? How are you feeling about going into the end of the year? And start thinking about what you accomplished this year. And I want you to think about what you didn't accomplish. I don't want you to think about what didn't happen. I want you to think about what you accomplished this year. I don't care how small it is. Start writing down what you accomplished this year so far. Again, I want all the what you did, not what you didn't do. And just start writing down so as we approach the end of the year, so we can end this year on a positive note, celebrating what we accomplished. Okay, that's Coffee Talk. December 7th, I am still going to do Coffee Talk live. What I think I'm going to do, I'm still toying with how I'm going to do this, to tell you the truth. What happens when I put it on Eventbrite, people sign up and then people don't show up. So what I think I'm going to do this time is, I think I'm going to do it in my home, first of all. I'm not sure yet. And I'm probably going to just open up limited seats. And I would ask, if you're not going to make it, please don't sign up, because that's what happens. You have 35, 40 people signing up and 10 people show up or 5 people show up. And I don't have a problem with that, except that when I'm trying to accommodate and buy mimosas and stuff like that, it gets to be a little disheartening. But I'm okay with that too. So that's why I said I think I'm only going to open it up just for limited seats, and I'm going to ask, if you're not going to make it, that's okay. But if you're truly sincere, then you'll sign up and you'll be able to grab one of the seats. And I'm not even going to put it out there yet. I probably won't do it until next Sunday. But what I want to be able to do is have Coffee Talk, because there are some people that didn't get a chance to make it to the book launch, and they're asking me to have another one, so I'll sign books. And then we can actually take some of the inspirational messages from the book, especially some of the questions, you know, and just have a conversation, because you know Coffee Talk, what happens in Coffee Talk stays in Coffee Talk. We don't video, you know, I may go live at the beginning, but we don't record anything doing Coffee Talk because it's very personal. And, you know, women come in and support and encourage each other. So keep the date down. Probably going to do it in my home. Just going to have limited seats. And if you're sincere about it, then you sign up. If not, that's okay too. So that's Coffee Talk this morning, ladies. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Toya, again, I will download this, put this in my One Evolution page. I'll tag you, and if any of you ladies want to go in and share it from there, you can, because you can't share it in the group. Actually, you can share it now while I'm doing it, but the people in your group will only be able to hear it if they're a member of the You Have the Power group, because Crystal usually does that all the time. Crystal, you used to do it. I'm not sure if you're still doing it or not, but I will put it on my business page. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me for Coffee Talk this morning. I truly appreciate you. Looking forward to getting back to you on next Sunday. And I really ask you to take some time thinking about what you accomplished this year. Write it down. I don't care how small it is. Love and blessings to you and your family. I will see you back in next Sunday. Have a great week. Have a great day. Bye.